these are where we are live. Yeah.
See, Ray?
What? Broke
Keyboard
already.
broke again. It's my fourth one.
You're rough on
It just broke here.
Oh,
I don't think I was rough.
Wow. Did you want to use mine, Andy? Because.
No.
Are you sure? I wasn't able to.
Yeah, because we're
download
leaving here
the
to
agenda.
there.
Okay?
I wasn't able to download the agenda today.
Oh, because I was waiting for the internet.
I'm thinking so. I
I do like that.
Yeah.
was very slow.
Yeah, I tried to work at home and couldn't do anything on the internet.
That's what your wife says too.
Yeah.
That you don't work out.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not home that often. I was hoping this iPad would last the rest of the term. You got a new keyboard too, eh, Sheldon? You got a new keyboard too, eh? No?
Oh,
Yours is not broken?
this one, yeah,
Yeah, the keyboard.
No, the case.
just in case. Just in case.
Yeah, but you have a keyboard on the case.
Yeah, that's the keyboard.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Mine broke again. Just now. I think yours though, I think I bought the big ones this time. I was able to find.
This is pretty,
Yeah, see, this one here is so much bigger.
I got a newer one too.
Yeah, it's, you got the big tab on.
Thicker tablet.
Oh, well.
close. Close session, yeah. 16 minutes. Close session, yeah. Le diable. Le diable.
That sounded well.
Thank you.
Oh, well. I have witnesses.
I did, thank you.
Honor you. Let's go. Let me show you what you got. Not that, not this one. See the difference in this is. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, it is. See the difference? That's what that is. Yeah, I think these are available. Good evening. We'll call the meeting to order. And again, for information purpose, we are live streaming, as we have been in the past for several meetings now. Moved by Councillor Rule, seconded by Councillor Liliev. Resolved that the regular meeting commence at the hour of 7 p.m. All in favor? Opposed? None? Carried. Item number 2, addition or deletion to the agenda. There is none. Number 3, disclosure of pecuniary interest and general nature thereof. We have one.
Disclosure of pecuniary interest, member council Raymond Liliev, Council meeting date April 11th, 2018, in closed session. I declare pecuniary interest on agenda item number 1603, open session, closed agenda item number 0504, closed session of the agenda for the above noted meeting for the following reason. Here's my spouse.
Thank you. Item number 4, approval of agenda. Moved by Councillor Liliev, seconded by Councillor Plummer. Resolved that the agenda be approved as circulated. All in favor? Opposed? None? Carried. Item number 5, delegations and presentations. There is none. Item number 6, adoption of minutes. Moved by Councillor Rule, seconded by Councillor Liliev. Resolved that the minutes of the regular meeting held on March 14, 2018 are adopted as circulated. Questions or comments? Yes, Councillor?
I apologize for moving it. I was absent, so I couldn't vote.
Sorry.
My apologies.
So moved by Councillor Plummer, seconded by Councillor Liliev. Resolved that the minutes of the regular meeting held on March 14, 2018 are adopted as circulated. Questions or comments? All in favor? Opposed? None? Carried. And number 7, petitions. There's none. Number 8, disbursement. Moved by Councillor Rule, seconded by Councillor Plummer. Resolved that disbursement sheet number 2018-05, $646,378.59 as provided to Council for information purposes only. Questions or comments? Yes, Councillor Plummer?
Yeah, thank you, Your Worship. I note in this item from LAS, and I was just wondering, the wife talks about exploring most purchasing with LAS. And they can come about that.
Through the chair, I went through the previous resolutions and Township has signed a contract with LAS till 2019. The end of June, I believe it is, 2019. So at that point, we will start discussing with other municipalities regarding some kind of collaboration that's already in the works, but they're not legally obliged to have an integrity commissioner at this point, so it's a little bit delayed.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? All in favor? Opposed? None? Carried. So 9, correspondence. Moved by Councillor Rule, seconded by Councillor Liliev. Resolved that correspondence item 0901 be received and filed. And so there's only one. Questions or comments? All in favor? Opposed? None? Carried. Item number 10, reports and committees. Moved by Councilor Plummer, seconded by Councilor Yev. Resolved that the minutes of the meeting of the Manitowoc Nuclear Waste Community Liaison Committee held February 15, 2018, and March 5, 2018, be accepted as received. Questions or comments? All in favor? Opposed? None? Carried. Moved by Councilor Rule, seconded by Councilor Yev. Resolved that the minutes of meeting of the Manitowoc Municipal Housing Corporation held February 20, 2018, be accepted as received. Questions or comments? All in favor? Opposed? None? Carried. Moved by Councilor Rule, seconded by Councilor Plummer. Resolved that the minute of the meeting of the Thunder Bay District Social Service Administration Board held February 15, 2018, regular meeting, and February 15, 2018, closed meeting, be accepted as received. Questions or comments? All in favor? Opposed? None? Carried. Moved by Councilor Rule, seconded by Councilor Liev. Resolved that the minutes of meeting of the Manitowoc Public Library Board held February 20, 2018, be accepted as received. Comments or questions? All in favor? Opposed? None? Carried. Moved by Councilor Plummer, seconded by Councilor Yev. Resolved that the minutes of meeting of the Thunder Bay District Health Board held February 21st, 2018, be accepted as received. Questions or comments? All in favor? Opposed? None? Carried. So item number 11, verbal update. There's only a few items here. For your information, and I've left a copy of my report of the conference that I attended, the Alpha Conference, which is the board that unifies and directs something similar to AMO does with municipalities. It does that with the health units, and they have 2 meetings per year, so I attended the one in February and wrote a report on it, and as I said, I left you a copy. There are quite a few things that came up during that meeting, and a lot of it has to do with the provincial election, and some of the questions we should be asking the people that are candidates for election. And I've outlined some of the stuff here that is going on. For example, there are 500,000 hospital stays each year related to tobacco, which is worth $2.2 billion in direct health costs, and also $5.3 billion in indirect costs, such as time off. So, and it lists quite a few things that are interesting, and maybe if you see your local representatives, ask their stand on it. Also, this is an update. We had a resolution of council that we sent a letter to the Manitowoc Hospital offering our help in recruiting medical officer. To this date, we still haven't received a reply, although I understand that there is a doctor coming, and also from our MPP, if I heard right on the radio, we have a list of doctors waiting to come to Manitowaj. So hoping this is what is happening, and we have some good reports on that. So I'm assuming that they don't need our help, so I think we should just leave it at that at this point. And that's all I have. Is there questions or comments? Okay. So item number 12, verbal update by CEO Clerk Treasurer.
Through the chair, I just have a couple of updates. We had our audit last week. It went really well. Staff was able to provide them with all the information that they required. We had a new group of people this year, so it was a bit of a change up. So we're getting some final documents to them and some further information to them, and then we'll start talking about when statements might be ready. Budget meeting is tomorrow for anybody who's interested in coming out, and again, it will be televised. We got the notification this week for AMO delegations, so if council can think about who they may want to meet with at AMO, that will be put on the agenda for next week so that we can meet the delegation request deadline. I'm assuming that you would want to meet with the Ministry of Transportation, but if there are any others, if you could please consider which minister you would want to meet with and which subject matter that you would wish to discuss with them so that we have time to prepare the request. And the last item I have is the Golden Age Club was fortunate enough this year to be awarded several events for the Seniors Games this year that will be held at the end of May. So I met with Ron Shepherd last week, and he's requested the use of our facilities in order to do this, so we've granted that. And we'll be providing them with some small tokens for their giveaway bags.
Any questions or comments on the update? Thank you. Item number 13. Bylaws. Moved by Councilor Rule, seconded by Councilor Plummer. Being a bylaw to permit, regulate, and prohibit the operation of all-terrain vehicles, multi-purpose off-highway utility vehicles, and recreational off-highway vehicles, in brackets, off-road vehicles, on the shoulder of certain municipal highways and in certain areas within the township of Manitowaj, be read a first and second time.
Thank you.
Comments, please?
Thank you. As we had this agenda item before council before, with the wishes of to go back and conduct public consultation. So we did that, and I'll turn it over to Marcel on the results of the public consultation and field your questions about the bylaw.
Good evening. So we did, we had a copy of the draft bylaw available for review in the front here. And then people were invited to the open house on November 7th, 2017 from 10 to 2 and then from 7 to 9. 2 people came during the first session and 3 people came during the second session. There was only one comment provided, and they wanted us to change the buffer around the swing set area, the line of speed from 10 meter to 5 meter. We didn't, we just left it the way it was. That's about, that's for the consultation. And then the rest of it, I rewrote a few sections in here to give the municipal law enforcement officer authority to stop the off-road vehicle and demand for identification and to see if they would comply with it. So it's basically the same as before, except with some of the authority that it changed. Any questions?
Questions or comments? Yes, Councilor Plummer.
Thank you, Your Worship. Part 1, general permission, 132. Every driver of a local vehicle should stop. One signal to stop. Do we have a light rack?
We don't. Signal to stop could be a hand signal, and it could be a red light. In this case here, it's probably going to be a hand signal to stop the person, and that's what the in section 3, that every driver and off-road vehicle shall stop his vehicle when approached by another vehicle with a flashing red light. The reason why that's in there is because also is that the conservation officer are named in the bylaw, and they can also stop the vehicle, and they have red lights.
Further to this, OPP also has the right?
And the OPP also has the right, but they also have the right, they have the right before to do
Yeah.
the off-road vehicle on the highway, but the conservation officer does not have the authority to stop anybody on the highway. So if they see something, in front to go into their office, they can't do anything because it's on the highway. They're not authorized under the Highway Traffic Act to enforce the off-road vehicle on the highway. They can only do it in the bush. So that's why they're named in here, and that's why the red lights are in there for that.
Any other questions? Yes, Councillor?
I'm a little bit concerned with that. If we have an ATV, for example, going down the main street, you know, a baby, hi, how you doing? And I'm going to run by. What makes me know that you are police officer? How do you know?
So if I was to go and stop a off-road vehicle, before I do anything, I probably would have a uniform on, and then it'd be a visual, and then it'd be a stop, and then these all, yeah. It wouldn't be just in a t-shirt and say stop, because then they do.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. It's unfortunate that there was not any more of our municipal people coming in for comments, but I think the council and the bylaw officer have done their due diligence towards this, and I don't see a problem. Obviously, if they had concerns, they would have been here. So, thank you. And furthermore, be read a third time, passed and numbered as bylaw number 2018-08. All in favor? Opposed? None? Carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 14, under business, 1401, moved by Councilor Liev, seconded by Councilor Blummer. Resolved that council is in receipt of Jason Fairbrother's resignation as being the union representative for the Township Joint Health and Safety Committee. Anyone speaking on that, or is it? No?
Self-explanatory.
Okay. And being further resolved, the council accept Jason Fairbrother's resignation with regret and request that a copy of this resolution, along with a letter of appreciation, is sent for service given on this committee. Questions or comments? All in favor? Opposed? None? Carried. Item number 2, moved by Councilor Rule, seconded by Councilor Liliev. Resolved that council approves the appointment of James Brown as the union representative for the Township's Health and Safety Committee, effective immediately. Questions or comments? Yes, Councilor?
Through the chair, do we have to give these people some special training for this?
Through the chair, Mr. Cranny is the chair of the Health and Safety Committee, if you'd like to answer that.
Yes, there is training involved, and there's actually 2 courses that people have to take. It used to be years ago, if you took the course, you had it for life. Under the present rules today, you have to take it 3 years, every 3 years you have to go through the refresher. But the 2 1-week courses, level 1, level 2, and then every 3 years.
So 1 week course.
No, it's, I think it's 2.5 days, but there's 2 of them. 2 days, 2 weeks.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other question? All in favor? Opposed? None? Carried. Item number 3, moved by Councilor Plummer, seconded by Councilor Rule. Resolved that council is in receipt of administration report number CS 2018-03, submitted by Shauna Patterson, Director of Community Services intern, regarding a golf pro. Speak on that, please.
Certainly. Through the chair, I will apologize. The first date should read 2017, not 2018. So we have been asked to research and seek out a golf pro. I approached some colleges who offer the golf management program, which would give us a pro coming out of school with the education and business management side of the golf industry. The 3 colleges sent out the ad to all their alumni and current graduating students. I had the deadline of March 19th. We received no applications, no phone calls, no interest. I returned some phone calls to these professors to see if we had kind of missed the boat, and they all came back and said we should be advertising in early fall, way before the golf season ends, because the students are seeking their employment for the spring when their last year of college starts. So we were a little bit late this year seeking the pro. I think we are best to go with someone coming out of school because they have all the tools they need to come into the position. I think that's what we should do going forward if it's still of the interest of council to seek a golf pro. So my recommendation is to operate this year as we have in previous years and re-look into advertising in the fall.
Questions, comments? Yes, Councillor.
I appreciate what you're saying about going to the colleges, but is there other avenues we can advertise, whether it's newspapers or just widening the scope of, and not just narrowing it down to schools? I appreciate what you're saying about that's the best place to find them, but is there other places that we could be?
We could advertise in the local paper, like Thunder Bay, Sault Ste. Marie papers. I'm not sure what interest we would get in those locations. Those people are probably secure in their jobs in the cities, unless it's an avenue we can look at for sure.
Yeah, we can try it and see it again.
Through the chair, we could probably target some golf association, you know,
Magazine or something.
where they would be looking for those jobs rather than the local papers.
But obviously, I think that we are too late this year.
Yeah, for this.
But this would be an effort for Shauna to bring back in the fall.
Early fall, yeah.
And, I thank you for your effort. It's unfortunate that we couldn't do it, but there's still another year to come. Any other questions? And be it further resolved that upon conclusion of council review and consideration, direct staff as follows. Council approved the recommendation to operate as in previous years and re-advertise for a golf pro for the season 2019. All in favor? Opposed? None? Carried. Thank you. Item number 4, moved by Councillor Rule, seconded by Councillor Liliev. Resolved that council is in receipt of Administration Report number CS 2018-04, submitted by Shauna Patterson, Director of Community Services intern, regarding communities in bloom. Sounds good. Speak on it, please.
Absolutely, yeah. We received some information in the mail about this organization. They're a nonprofit group who assists communities in growing a network of businesses, people in the community, trying to improve the aesthetics of their yard by gardening. So the initiative is to create more pride in the community and increase the beautification around the town, not just on our efforts, but overall throughout the community. There is 2 options with this program. We can be in the Friends category, which I've outlined is we still belong to the network, we still reap all the benefits of the network, but it's more of an initial trial to see how the community will respond to this initiative before we start bringing judges to the community, which is the population category. So my recommendation for this year is to start in the Friends category and promote it within the town and see what kind of response we get before we bring in professionals who are actually going to be judging the gardens in the community. And try to promote it within the town by offering garden tours and maybe a small little prize for judging the gardens who submit within our community this year before we move outside to the judges.
Thank you. Question, comment? Councillor Blummer?
Thank you, Worship. Just wondering, Your Worship, when the NEC be interested in this meeting? The NEC? Beautification of downtown or something like that nature?
Well, they may be, but the EDC has not had meetings in several months, so I don't know how we could communicate with them.
It's a good initiative for us too, because it is highlighted in our strategic plan. So if
Yeah.
it's something that we take on, it looks good for us as well.
And
We're following
obvious,
through.
so, and obviously, if another group wants to join the township, I'm sure they'll be
For sure.
welcome.
Absolutely. The more the merrier. It makes everyone's jobs easier.
Other questions?
So
Counselor
just,
Wu?
what does this look like? I'm trying to figure out this. What does this look like?
So if we register to be part of this organization, they're going to send materials. We'll be part of the network. Anyone who joins as part of our municipality will get those materials. So it could be resources where they can get grants for gardening, flowers, and tools, or businesses could get assistance if they want to improve the look of their storefronts. It's networking with other communities who have the same program in their communities. So it's trying to promote people in the community to fall into this program, to beautify their houses, their lawns, their backyards, their front yards, to try to improve the overall look of our community. Try to encourage gardening. And
So then the rec department at the end of the season judges, or?
well, we could create a small committee. It doesn't have to just be the rec department. Maybe it could be a member of council. It
That's
could be.
what's gonna happen at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna judge all these.
I was just thinking like a friendly thing without pulling in the actual judges from Communities in Bloom. Having a small, organizing a garden tour day. I know they used to do that years before. It wasn't part of Communities in Bloom. I think it was just the local community garden people that organize garden tours. I've taken my kids on them in town. So something like that where anyone from the public can go to the houses that are listed if they're open to people looking through their gardens and promoting it that way. Try to get more interest in it.
So if our residents show interest, what does the township show as interest in order to promote that as well?
What are we going to do to improve our beautification? I have some ideas.
But I'm just saying that because usually we should be taking the first step to show that we are doing our job as well. So
I think we do
have
that
to be at the
now.
forefront.
We could do more. I think we're already doing that now with the gardens we're doing around town.
Never enough. Yes, no, sir.
On that note, maybe unfairly, because the two people that actually do our gardens in town do a really good job. So
It's also our students. It's not just, our students are involved as well. So we do partake in maintaining, watering, weeding.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions? And be it further resolved that upon conclusion of council's review and consideration, direct staff as follows. Item number 1, council approve entering into the Friends category with the registration fee of $250 plus small prizes. All in favor? Opposed? None? Carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Moved by Councilor Plummer, second by Councilor Liev. Resolved that council is in receipt of administration report number TR 2018-08, submitted by Margaret Hartling, CO to our treasurer, regarding transfer to reserves. On that, please.
Through the chair, this is the normal resolution that's required each year for projects that are incomplete, and we request the funds to be carried forward to the 2018 budget or transferred into reserves. So I've outlined the projects for you. The official plan we will discuss in greater detail with council tomorrow at the budget deliberations. The well rehabilitation will be ongoing this year, and the water service vehicle was partially completed last year and will be finished in 2018.
Questions or comments? And be it further resolved that upon conclusion of council's review and consideration, direct staff as follows. Council approved to transfer unexpected capital funds to reserves. All in favor? Opposed? None? Carried. Item number 15, motions and notice of motions. There are none. Item number 16, closed session. Moved by Councillor Rule, seconded by Councillor Plummer. Whereas Section 239, Bracket 4 of the Municipal Act 2001, SO 2001 C25, provided that before holding of a meeting or part of a meeting that is to be closed to the public, a municipality or local board or committee of either of them shall state by resolution the fact of holding of the closed meeting and the general nature of the matter to be considered at the closed meeting. There are 4 items. Now therefore be it resolved that this meeting is hereby closed to the public as the subject matter is being discussed fall under the following section. Item number 1, Section 239, Bracket 2, Bracket C, the proposed or pending acquisition or disposition of land by the municipality or local board, 28 Winona Drive. Item number 2, Section 239, Bracket 2, Bracket C, a proposed or pending acquisition or disposition of land by the municipality or local board, 38 Nebig Avenue. Item number 3, Section 239, 2, Bracket 2, Bracket E, litigation or potential litigation, including matters before administrative tribunal affecting the municipality or local board. Human rights complaint. Item number 4, Section 239, 2, litigation or potential litigation, including matters before administrative tribunals affecting the municipality or local board. Complaint for staff member update. All in favor? Opposed? None? Carried. Thank you. Moved by Councilor Rule, seconded by Councilor Yev. Resolved that the meeting is hereby declared to be open to the public at 8:16 p.m. All in favor? Opposed, none carried. So these are the resolution as per the closed meeting. Moved by Councilor Rule, seconded by Councilor Plummer. Resolved that accept the offer to purchase 28 Winona in the amount of $3,000, and that all legal costs associated with the sale of land shall be borne by the purchaser, subject to the land being vacant prior to the sale. And further, that staff is directed to execute said documents in relation to this sale. Question? All in favor? Moved by Councilor Rule, seconded by Councilor Glover. Resolved that accept the offer to purchase 38 Niebig Avenue in the amount of $3,000, and that all costs associated with the sale of the land shall be borne by the purchaser, subject to the land being vacant prior to the sale. And be it further that staff is directed to execute said document in relation to this sale. Third item, moved by Councilor Plummer, seconded by Councilor Rule. Resolved that council upon receipt of a report from Petroni and Partners, request the Integrity Commissioner to further investigate whether Councilor Dunno is in breach of the Code of Conduct. All in favor? Opposed, none carried. Thank you. Okay, so moved by Councilor Liev, seconded by Councilor Plummer. Resolved that the regular meeting adjourned at the hour of 8:18 p.m. All in favor? Opposed, none. Thank you. Thank you very much, gentlemen, and Margaret. So I will need a send me, in the morning. Otherwise we lose a day. I'll have to be absent for a bit to go email that.